everybody who is watching this video. This is Olenjolai&Nekinyi. I'm a teacher of chemistry, advanced chemistry. I'll be teaching advanced chemistry. I used also to teach many subjects. Don't get confused about me. That's how God has designed me. Because sometimes you say that, how comes that you have been teaching me physics, mathematics, engineering mathematics, basics physics and so forth. Okay, that's what I came for. Okay, so I would like to welcome you into this YouTube channel and into this video. It's actual that I'm going to teach you about advanced chemistry, which is interesting. It's a little bit challenging because it advances a lot of concepts, but it's very interesting. It is beautiful. That's what I can tell you. So I don't have a lot of words to convince to give you a promise, but just a few informations which are relevant for you who is watching this video, or even relevant to somebody that you want to share with in this video. Okay, this is lecture 1 today, which we are going to start for advanced chemistry. You will be in these sessions, in this channel, you'll be learning a lot of videos in physics, in advanced physics, advanced chemistry, advanced mathematics, basic applied mathematics. You'll be getting them, all of them in this channel, right? So that's what I want just to insist on, even if it's not in this channel, but in another related channel. I used to teach all of those subjects. So I don't want to waste much of your time. I want just to give you a few informations, and then we got a lecture to the business that you have been waiting, and even myself I've been waiting for a long time, because I did a lot of preparations on this lecture in order to come and teach you and answer many questions that you have, and even omitting the fear that you have in advanced chemistry. From the beginnings to the end of this lecture, and even of this program, digital program, actually I want to tell you that you like chemistry and you love chemistry. Okay, number 1. Myself, I am a Tanzanian. I studied in Tanzanian curriculums and even some other African countries. That's not the case. The issue is this: you like chemistry, you have to study chemistry in order to pursue your vision, right? That is good, and I congratulate you for that choice. But advanced chemistry is broad. It has a lot of things to cover. So to narrow, in each country they used to design something we call it the educational system. That educational systems actually break down the ideas according to the demand of the nation, and then come up with a syllabus. So the syllabus of United Republic of Tanzania is not like the syllabus of maybe in United Kingdom. It might be have a little difference because the problems exist in United Kingdoms are not similar to the problems that exist in United Republic of Tanzania. So to be focused and to actually to make their concept is relevant for particular people, but these materials will be used worldwide and are very essential. So just sometimes if you are not non-Tanzanian, you can even skip this part, because actually it might be even giving you actually discouragement. I don't discourage you, I encourage you, but just I want to give them detail, so for them to be sure, for the Tanzanians to be sure that about what am I going to do. So number 1, one of the equipment or one of the material or one of the weapons that you need in advanced chemistry is the syllabus, right? So this is the syllabus of United Republic of Tanzania. So United Republic of Tanzania, Ministry of Education and Vocational Training, chemistry syllabus for advanced secondary, Form 5 to Form 6. So what is happening actually? It means that by using this syllabus, actually gives us focus, what we have to cover, what the contents. The syllabus describes a lot of information. For example, that in one of the columns just describing the topic or subtopics. Another column describing the specific objective on that particular topic or subtopic. Then teaching and learning strategies. Then the syllabus explains about the teaching and learning resources. This syllabus again explain about assessment. Then estimated number 40 of periods, right? So I ask you and I insist you as a good student, make sure that you get this syllabus. If you're wondering yourself where you can get this syllabus for the student, and every student say, yeah, if I see more hard to make sure that you have it, whether you are doing private study, you are at government school, private school, regardless that you, where are you, by the way, you need this syllabus. Because even myself, I need this syllabus in order to have a particular focus, right? So if you need this one, go to the descriptions of this video. You will see the way that you can order this book, and then so you can do the mobile transactions or banking transactions in order to get this book. So this is the one of the reference. Advanced chemistry, for according to the Tanzanian syllabus, it comprises 7 chapters. So you have to study 7 chapters for your 7 topics. 7 main topics for Form 5 and Form 6. I'm not going to teach you all the 7 topics today. I'm just going to start the first chapter. But I gave you a promise. Stay connected, subscribe with this channel, like this video, and also make sure that you share with your colleagues, and then you prepare the number of questions that you can ask in the comment sections of this video, even other videos. So get connected, you'll be informed. I'll be uploading or adding videos day after day or week after week. So stay tuned. We'll enjoy at the end of the lesson. Okay? So that is one of the weapons that you need. The second weapon, you need textbooks. Okay? And is this very important introduction because it's the first topic. I'm introducing the subject of advanced chemistry. Remember that this introduction is very important because to give us a focus, it gives us just like the route that we have to follow in order to achieve the main objective. Okay, so I have listed some of the books that can assist you in chemistry, and even your schools that ask you to have those books. It doesn't mean that you should have all of them, but at least you should have 3 to 4. Also, I used to sell these books in case you need them. You can order, or you can go to the description of this video. You'll see how I can ship them in the nations of Tanzania, in every regions of Tanzania, even in Zanzibar, right? So the first reference textbook, because you have textbook, that's the second thing, that's the second weapons that we need, textbooks, and also you have question and answers books. The first textbook is Conceptual Chemistry, Class 1 and Class and Class 1 and Class 2 by S. Chandi. Okay. Then the second is the second textbook, Inorganic Chemistry by Nkaiza, that explaining about inorganic. Advanced Inorganic Chemistry, Volume 1 and 2 by Chandi. Even General Chemistry by Nkaiza, Physical Chemistry by Nkaiza, Organic Chemistry Part A and B by Tanzanian Publishing or by Tanzanian Institute of Education. Then you need the book called the Physical Chemistry by S. Chandi. We can write down. Then you need a book called the Advanced Chemistry, okay, Advanced Chemistry, published by the Cambridge Law Press Edition. Okay, then you need a book called the A-Level Chemistry, 4 editions by Ramsden, so the outside is Ramsden, and also you need a book called the Practical Chemistry by Mlungu. And they can even refer some other textbooks which can assist you. But again, you need notes. Books are not enough. Books are just like a part of them. Those books are very important to have at least 3 of them. So why? Because these books, they explain, for example, you can find that maybe S. Chandi is good in physical chemistry, but it's not good in organic chemistry. So you need organic, maybe in organic part A and part B, which explaining in details about organic chemistry. That's very important. That's one. That's 2. Okay. Then number 3, you need textbook where you can get a number of questions. These books also contain exercises at the end. You have to make sure that you try your level best, because it means that you'll test yourself and you'll have a lot of practice before the final exam. Again, the third weapons which I would like to recommend for you is these review books or question problems and solutions books. So this is a review, Advanced Chemistry 1, because in Tanzania, for Advanced Chemistry, we have 3 papers, 3 final exams. Okay, 3 papers in final exam, or which we call the Advanced Certificate Secondary Education Examination. We have paper 1, Advanced Chemistry 1, Advanced Chemistry 2, Advanced Chemistry 3, which is practical. So this is for Chemistry 1, and this is for Chemistry 2, I'm sorry. So these books, they have, for example, this one, it has problems and solutions from 2001 up to 2016. Also, this one comprises questions from 2003 to 2018. I'm not going to copy the solution they did. I might even use a different approach, but it will give you a good time to practice and mark yourself and see whether you are right or you're not right. So these are good also for learning. Even myself, when I was in high school, I used this material effectively. Okay? So again, last but not least, I ask you now, this is the time that we have been waiting for a long time. I've been waiting myself for a long time, and even yourself, you have been waiting. So now it's a good time for you to take your exercise book, to take your pen, to take your pencil, take your ruler, to take your, and even just that you have it means that you have this video right now, and then be in a conducive environment, and make sure that you set your mindset. I need your clear mindset. Now it's a time that now we are going to start a business which make I and you to meet today. So get connected. You should also have a scientific calculator. This is the first weapons, which is very important. Scientific calculator, for example, this is function 991 Casio, right? It's very important because we are going to do computation, and actually those computations, they include a lot of digits which you cannot do by using your brain, like when you've been in ordinary level. So remember, this material might be used by students, by college students, high school students. Anybody in the world can use these materials because we have kind of the synonyms in case of the science. So the subject is advanced chemistry. When you say advanced chemistry, actually it means we build it from the basic chemistry of O level. We build these foundations from the basic chemistry of O level. The main topic, advanced chemistry, as I told you, it has 7 chapters. I will make a video to give you the introduction concern about that. Of the day is physical chemistry. Physical chemistry has 5 topics, not subtopics. And the topic of the day, the main topic of that means the topic of the, we have physical chemistry, I'm sorry, excuse me. The main topic of the day is called the physical chemistry. It's called the general chemistry. General chemistry. Say with me. General chemistry. General chemistry. General chemistry. Let me write it clear because this is a very important point for you. We call the main topic general chemistry. And then the topic of the day, we call it the atom. And the topic of the day. Okay? I will teach you in different lectures. This is lecture 1. According to the Tanzanian syllabus, okay, so I said that according to Tanzanian syllabus, okay, we say that the topic of chemistry, the topic of general chemistry, has 2 topics in it. The first one, we call it the atom, which you are studying right now. The second one, we call it the chemical bond. Chemical bonding. Chemical bonding. So that's what you have. And this is the atomic structure, this is the chemical bonding. So you have those 2 main topics in case of general chemistry. So now, before I take you into the subject, let me share with you the contents of general chemistry. General chemistry, according to the syllabus. According to the syllabus of Tanzania. So, in the book of syllabus, state that chemistry, before also I go the further, point I want us to state something. The targeted student for this material, the first group, are Form 5, who are pursuing advanced chemistry. Also, Form 5, who are expecting to go for the high school, for the Form 5. And these are already there in Form 5. Also for the Form 6, we want to review the materials, but also for the college students. when you say college students who are studying what in chemistry. For example, ordinary level students and even bachelor students. You can use this material for a quick review and even for comprehensions of the concept. So, according to the syllabus, you say the subtopics of what? Of the atom. Subtopics of atom are this. Okay, the atom. Then we number them, so 1.1. The first subtopic is called the Dalton's theory. Dalton's atomic theory. Dalton's atomic theory. Second one, 1.2, is called the Bohr's atomic theory. Sorry. 1.3, after we cover that once, is called the atomic mass. Atomic mass. Then the fourth subtopic, 1.4, is called the quantum. The quantum theory. Quantum theory. So the topic of the atom or the atomic structure, called the atoms or the atomic structure, consisting 4 subtopics. The first one called the Dalton's atomic theory, Bohr's atomic theory, the third is atomic mass, and the fourth is the quantum theory. So if you cover those according to Tanzanian syllabus, then you are ready to be tested for the final exam, and even you are ready to solve problems concerning about general chemistry. So that is according to the syllabus. So today, I'll be teaching you this part as the first lecture because you are familiar. It's actually closely related to what you know. I've decided myself when I've been reviewing, I've decided to start with this part because you know about atomic number, you know something about atomic mass, isotopes are familiar. Rather than if I start with Dalton's atomic theory, which is a little bit advanced, and even Bohr's atomic or the quantum theory, I will come later to those parts, right? So now, if I take the subtopic of the atomic mass, okay, atomic mass, then the syllabus gives you specific objectives. Give us a section, so I call them specific objectives, which is state like this. By the end of this subatomic or subtopic, the student should be able to explain the subatomic particle, atomic particles, B, compare mass number with atomic number. Atomic number. C, describe the mass spectroscope. So those are the objectives that we we have to achieve when we say that we have finished the said part of 40, the said part of the atomic mass, or the said subtopic of the atomic structure, which is called atomic mass. First, the student should explain the subatomic particles, and this one, I know that you covered it well during your O-level studies. Unless if you have some troubles, let me know in the comment section. Compare mass numbers with atomic numbers. I believe that you did it very well in your O-level. So something new is descriptions of mass sorting spectroscope. In some of the schools, after that which they used to go deeper, maybe you can find even the students or even some of you have idea about the mass spectroscope. But actually this is the very interesting point that we have to start with. Right? So you ready for that? One point I want to make before even we go to the beginnings of this lecture one, or before we continue this lecture one, is this one. Myself as Olenjolai, I don't know everything about advanced chemistry. I just know a little, but I'm ready to transfer that knowledge to you. So join with me. So the subtopic, the subtopic of the day is called the mass. What am I going to teach you is mass spectroscope. This is the contents of lecture 1 and lecture 2. Okay, because in lecture 1 I will teach you the concepts and even the drawings of this mass spectroscope, and then lecture 2 will do the competition. Or yes, we'll be solving problems. In some of the books we call it mass spectrometer. Mass spectrometry. Some of the devices, we call it mass spectrometry. Say it, mass spectrometry or mass spectroscope. So we have now. So let us start the session. So the first question we have to ask ourselves: what is mass? What is mass spectroscope or spectrometry? What is mass spectrometry? That's the first question. So according to the finding, mass, this is capital, mass spectrometry, we say that is the analytical laboratory, right? Is analytical laboratory technique, analytical laboratory technique used to identify composition of a substance, by their mass. Mass. These are the definitions of mass spectrometry. Say it again. Mass spectroscopy or mass spectrometry. Don't feel shy. Pronounce these words. They are very important in your life. Mass spectrometry is an analytical laboratory. That's the first keyword. Analytical laboratory technique used to do what? To identify what? Composition of what? Substance by what? By their masses. So use mass to determine the composition of the substance. How? Stay connected. Stay tuned. I will tell you how. So that's the first terminology. And this part is just the introductions, but that's the first terminology that we have to learn. The second terminology, this is number one. Just number two. The second terminology, which is very important, we call it mass spectrometer. Mass spectrometer. Say with me, mass spectrometer. Say it again, mass spectrometer. Say with passion, mass spectrometer. What is this? Mass spectrometry. What is this? Mass spectrometer. There are two different words. So, the second question that we have to ask ourselves is this: what is mass spectrometer? What is mass spectrometer? Mass spectrometer. Mass spectrometer is an instrument This was not an instrument. This is the technique. This is the technique. This is an instrument. Okay, which can measure primary, which can measure the masses, right? The masses, which can measure the masses, and relative concentrations of atoms and the molecules. Atoms and what? So mass spectrometer is an instrument. Number one, that's a piece of information. Mass spectrometer is an instrument. Mass spectroscopy or mass spectrometry is a technique. Distinguish them. So this is an instrument which can measure the masses. With this instrument, we can measure the masses of the atom, and also we can measure the relative concentration of what? Of atoms and molecules. Is it interesting? You can find some other definitions or different ways of defining the mass spectrometer, but these are some of them, right? Or this is the one which is very important. And then we say that this mass spectrometer, the mass spectrometer is used to determine the atomic mass, okay, the atomic mass, and to detect the presence of isotopes. Interesting. You used to study isotopes, but you didn't know how to detect it, or how the chemists find them, how the chemists maybe determine that maybe the isotopes of carbon, okay, abundance, or isotopes of chlorine. How did they know? So now in general chemistry, I will teach you step to step, and then you'll find how we used to say that chlorine has 3 isotopes, right? Maybe chlorine has 3 isotopes. Carbon has 2 isotopes, carbon 14, carbon 12, etc., etc. So you'll be learning step by step. So stay tuned. The spectrometer, or the mass spectrometer, got here, the mass spectrometer, because this is specified at which spectrometer, is used to determine the atomic mass, number one. So determine sort atomic unit of mass, this is number 1. And also to detect the presence of isotopes, this is number 2 application. And then the abundance. And abundance means percentage, their composition. This is number 3. Right? Very interesting. So it means that number 1 used it to determine sorting atomic mass. Number 2 used also determine sort the presence detected. Detect the presence of what? Presence of isotopes. And then number 3 used also determine sorting abundance. Abundances. Abundance of what? Of the atom or molecule. Interesting. Soon you are approaching to be a king of mass spectrometer or a king or a queen mass spectrometer. And I believe that you'll be solving problems of mass spectrometer in a different way. So again we say that this in chemistry, in order for a chemistry to understand the concept of mass spectrometer, then he has to study the following parts, following 6 parts. Right? The first part you have to study, we call it ionization. Ionization. The second one, or the first ionization, but the second one we call it vaporization. Ionization, this we call it ionization, and the ionization and vaporization. However, the process of vaporization has to start. Okay, so 5, there are only 5 parts important. Number 2, you have also, I have to teach you about acceleration of the atom in the mass spectrometer. The third part, also I have to teach you about the part known as deflection. The fourth part, which I have to teach you, we call it detection. Now we detect the atoms, the isotopes, detection. And then number the fifth part, we call it recording. And the 6th part, recording. So these words must be memorized in the sequence. So these parts are listed in the sequence from the first part to the last part of mass spectrometer. Is it interesting? Yes. So then now, the next part of mass spectroscopic or spectroscope, I want now to draw the diagram of 14 of mass spectrometer. So we say that to understand the principle used by the spectrometer,